Now, the Financial Conduct Authority says that Royal Bank of Scotland could face further action over the way it's treated some of its business customers. RBS has been accused of systematic, widespread mistreatment of some small business customers who were placed within its global restructuring group as an apparent way of supporting them. RBS says that its culture and structure have changed fundamentally, as our economics correspondent Andy Verity explains.
This was the old tobacconist shop.
Andy Gibbs is an entrepreneur who built a thriving creative hub in what used to be Norfolk's red light district. Like thousands of business owners, he was told by RBS NatWest that its turnaround division, GRG, was there to help him. This is what that help felt like.
What I've always held on to is that I know what I'm doing.
After months of trying to meet bank demands for large fees and later a stake in his business, he was ruined. And he had lost not only his life's work, but his marriage, his family home, and his health.
I'd had a breakdown. At one point, I'd lost 4.5 stone in hospital, and I didn't actually know when I was going to get out of hospital.
The report finds the bank for years engaged in widespread, inappropriate treatment of its business customers, including failure to handle conflicts of interest, failure to ensure fair treatment of customers, failure to support small businesses in a manner consistent with good practice. While some failures were systematic, it found RBS didn't set out to force businesses into its restructuring group, and businesses transferred to the restructuring group already had signs of financial difficulty.
Well, it's taken them a long time and they still won't give us their full report, which I think we ought to, as Parliament and the Treasury Committee, be able to see. Because, of course, some damning conclusions, 9 separate areas where they've found major problems. And, of course, it's people's livelihoods, their businesses, the people they employ who've suffered from this.
What's interesting about this summary of the report into mistreatment of business customers by RBS and NatWest, which it owns, is not so much what's in the summary as what's left out. We've seen a copy of the full report, which says that management knew or should have known that this was an intentional and coordinated strategy, and that the mistreatment of business customers was a result of that.
Let's be very clear, we didn't handle customers in the way that we should have as an organisation.
If it was intentional and coordinated and the management knew or should have known, aren't the customers and the general public entitled to know?
The full report, actually the summary is a fair reflection of the full report. And the FCA
doesn't say anything about
there.
intention.
Well, maybe that just shouldn't have shown up in the actual summary report.
The report found in dealing with small business customers going through a stressful situation, GRG officials were often insensitive, dismissive, and sometimes unduly aggressive. More than 4 years after the time in question, many customers are still waiting for justice. Andy Verity, BBC News.